Hello and welcome to Center for Victory's podcast of Your Best Day Yet. It's Center for Victory. We're here to help unlock, reinforce, and enrich relationships through personal and professional development. I'm Eric Guy, Chief Victory Officer at Center for Victory. I'm with one of our youngins, Morgan Guy. No relation, same last name, same cool last name. No relation, but you're allowed to say you are.
Yeah.
And this month, it's all about women, Wonder Women this month, and I think you're absolutely fantastic. You came on board when we really needed somebody like you, and you have not disappointed. But before we get started, I'd like to know, for our viewers and our listeners, to know a little bit of background on how you actually managed to get here at CFV, because it was kind of fluky. But tell everybody how you got here.
Well, I was forced. No, I'm just kidding. So surprisingly, my mom went behind my back and was actively looking for a job because she knew I was miserable where I was at. So somebody in our church who is an executive consultant is mutual friends with our family, and he was like, "Hey, are you looking for a job?" to my mother, and she's like, "No, but my daughter is." So my mom presented the idea to me, and I was very upset about it because she was trying to get me a job. And so they sent me over the PI and the values and the attributes, and I took it all, and they called me at like 9 o'clock one night, and they're like, "We're setting you up for an interview." And I was like, here we go. So I took the leap of faith, and I think the thing that really won me over in this whole situation is I think we all kind of went into this blind because you guys were just starting the company on your own as well. That you guys got me and you understood me, and you guys waited 9 months, 11 months?
8 months.
For my job profile, so it was like a no-brainer to just jump on board with Center for Victory because they needed somebody with my profile.
Yeah, your wiring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Need a little bit of detail, a little brake pedal. I almost said gas pedal. It's so natural. A little bit more brake pedal, and the boss was happy about it. The boss is my wife, so she was very happy about getting a little bit more brake pedal in the company, because we definitely needed it. We needed to follow through and everything, and you were just a perfect fit. So what we were doing, we just didn't bring you in because we liked you. I mean, you fit because we wanted you to fit, and I think that's how you get to be wonderful, is fitting in a position that you're wired for, and then being encouraged along the way to do the things that are in your wheelhouse and your strengths. My first question for you is, and it's just not my opinion, but people inside and outside the company, right, from when you started, have noticed a huge change and shift in you. Other than having a uber duper super good boss, what would you attribute that to?
I would say, I do feel like I'm a little spoiled though, working with you every day, because you're a therapist, and I will say that you and Tammy have brought me to be more self-aware through this entire process, and I think you guys kind of took me in at a very low point of my life. So that was my biggest aha, is just coming on board with Center for Victory and like going through all of my assessments with you guys, and then I literally was having flashbacks like, this is why I did not work at that job, or like, this is why people think I am the way that I am. Like, so just being more self-aware and realizing you can't react to everything the way that you want to in certain situations. So I think that has really shaped and molded me to be more
you.
Yeah.
And open. I mean, you are. I mean, we have fun. I mean, you're definitely yourself. I mean, you slam that brake pedal on me quite a few times every day. But I appreciate it. That's why I hired you. I mean, that's how I want people to hear. I mean, that's what really makes you wonderful. I know there are times we clash, but I know that you're doing what we hired you to do. And I know you're getting frustrated right now because I'm banging on the table and recording. That is how cool you are. One of the things that we do here that you've been a part of, that I've asked you from the beginning, but you've also gotten to participate now on our Vision Day, as we do a lot around setting goals in the company, but I've also asked you to articulate your personal goals because I want to know what you want personally. How has that impacted your engagement here as well as your happiness?
So growing up, my parents never asked me like what my goals were, what I wanted out of life, anything like that. I kind of just felt like they have a business too, so I kind of felt like I always had something to fall back on if like all else failed in life, and I never really liked that. But I mean, you guys always like every day you like drive us to do what we want to do, whether we want to hear it or not. So it's just like the drippy faucet thing. But yeah, I participated in Vision Board Day, so it's hanging above my desk, and it is like a really good constant reminder just to look at it every day, whether it's a long-term goal or a short-term goal. I know one of the things that you guys really push for at Center for Victory is just being healthier, and it was very hard at first, but like I had to like get my mental state right, and then now I finally feel like I'm in a place where like you just have to get up and do it. But yeah, having a vision board, I'd strongly recommend it, but having you guys with the drippy faucet about your goals and stuff really helps keep you straight, because now that I'm older, goals growing up didn't really have any type of measurable thing. Like you just kind of slapped yourself on the wrist and you went about your day. Where like now I'm 26 and I'm like, oh crap, like I have to get this together, because if not, I'm not gonna get very far in life.
Well, good. For those out there that say millennials aren't motivated to do work, what do you have to say to them, and what can they do to inspire their younger people, especially inside of companies, but maybe even speak to parents too? So first question is, what do you have to say to them, and then what can they do to inspire their younger people?
So I wouldn't necessarily say that millennials aren't motivated. I just think that it goes back to like, you need to have a good relationship with your boss, because they need to see where you're going, what you're going through personally, because that will affect your professional life. And like I have a friend who, she's very, very smart, but she just doesn't have the self-awareness to say, all right, like, yeah, we're going to do this on this day. But she never puts it in her calendar. Like me, I'm like, let me put it in my calendar so like I don't forget about it. So like at work, you might hire somebody who is really, really bright, but they just don't have the practical application to anything. And I think you really have to like be a drippy faucet to them and say like, all right, like I know you're not necessarily like gonna do this, but like yeah, you're gonna commit to doing it, but I don't want you to forget to put it in your calendar, kind of thing. So little things like that, I think. I don't want to say I don't want to say that we're lazy. I really don't. I just think that we have so much on the outside world going on that we can't just stop and focus.
Well, I think a lot of it has been, on our generation, and I would say even those a little bit older than me, because we haven't led right. Like, we suck as leaders a lot of times in companies.
Yeah.
If we do in companies, a good chance we suck at it at home too.
Right.
And I just think we've gotten, it didn't start with you, right? It started upriver, so to speak. And if you want that out of people, you've got to put that in. I think everybody wants to be led and know what the right thing to do is. I know I'm inspired every day about people who are going after their goals. And I know I got off a call just a little bit ago with a gentleman, and we were talking about the same thing about goals and things like that. And it's nice to be inspired by other people, even though I know the gentleman, he knows me, we know what each other's going to say. It's still inspiring to do that, and I think people want inspired and have purpose, and I think that is actually a good attribute of your age group, right? And I think it's a good age group of the next generation after you too, which are my kiddos. And I like hanging around with youngsters. I mean, I know it's a little weird at times, but I get energy and I'm inspired by doing those things. So yeah, absolutely.
I would like to touch on that point too. I think if you feel like somebody in the workplace is disengaged or they're not motivated, they might not be in the right position or the right niche.
Yeah.
So that's why me being where I'm at right now makes sense, because I'm wired for the job. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think we do a pretty good job of giving you what you need. I mean, that's, as far as, looking at your behavior, giving you what you need. We make fun of the details, but that's why we did hire you. I mean,
Right.
I waited, and you know me now. Imagine how that sucked for me,
Yeah.
because I'm very impatient. And I was just like, no, I have to wait. That wait was worth it, right? And that's what you need. And when you get those things, you do better work,
Mhm.
right? And not that I'm perfect at it, and I don't have to be perfect at it. That's the nice thing, right?
Right.
But if the effort is there, you're more likely to listen to what that leader says, and then be guided and led by them too. But, any other tips as we end today?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. But I mean, just that, research indicates that workers have 3 prime needs, and this comes from my favorite Zig Ziglar. They need interesting work, recognition for doing a good job, and being let in on things that are going on in the company, regardless of the age, right? And I tweaked that a little bit from Zig's quote, but I don't think Zig, if he were here, he would mind. But that's all for today, folks. I really appreciate you watching. I hope you got a lot out of it. I think you're a Wonder Woman, Morgan.
Yeah.
Going on with this day, and thanks for doing this. If you like the video, leave a comment down in the section below. We'd also appreciate it if you hit the subscribe button as well as the bell icon to get notified when we post next. If you'd like more information, you can always go to our website, centerforvictory.com. And as always, we leave you with this: wherever you're at, whatever you're doing, make this your best day yet. See ya.